Welcome to the course. After your initial login when you first sign up and you return to take your first lesson, you can come directly to hvactrainingportal.com. You don't have to go through hvactrainingsolutions.net if you don't want to. So that'll bring you right to this screen here, and you log in right at the in the login box. Your username and password that you signed up with. If you do lose your password, there is a lost password button that you can click. So when you log in, it's going to take you to your personal home page. It'll show that you're logged in with your name and etc. And if there are any messages waiting for you, they'll be listed over here. And we'll discuss that in just a little bit. And if you haven't ordered your textbook, now's the time. You click right here for your HVAC technician course, commercial refrigeration course, or the NATE study guides can be ordered right here. So this is your home page. It shows under my courses the course that you have enrolled in. In this case, it's the HVAC technician course. Any available course that you're not enrolled in are down here in the folders for future use. And also my courses is listed up here in the drop down menu. So you can access your course by the drop down menu and selecting here, or you can select this link down here under my courses. So we'll use this one. So this is the course itself, and if you do have any messages waiting, it's going to show up in your message box. And messaging is for private conversations between you and I. I use messaging to alert all of the students about system maintenance, updates, anything administratively, or if we want to have some private correspondence to chat one-on-one, this is where we do private messaging. So you can click on the messages and you can search for me. You can also add me to your contacts after you search, and then we'll have our little text window with our conversation displayed right here. Recent activity. If I post a new article, training video, update an exam, add a module to the course, anything that I do since your last login is going to show up here so that you can see the changes that have been made to the classroom or to your course since your last login. Latest news. In the latest news, I put information down for you that's not covered in the book and really doesn't fit into any of the modules that we're studying. These are some real life lessons to be learned here to help you on your way through your HVAC training. So make sure you keep an eye out for the latest news. So if I post a news article here, it's going to show up here in the recent activity if it happens between the current login and your last login. You do have an administration block down here where you can see your grades and change your profile settings, email, and password. Okay, first we have the class forum. Now our messaging system is for private administrative conversations. The class forum is for technical and course related questions. Now you can, if you want to ask about employment, what are employers looking for, you have a question about your air conditioner, any question about our course of study, this is where you're going to post it in the class forum. We have drifted away from this class forum in the past. I want to get everybody back on track, and I'm just as guilty. Everyone wants to email me directly, but if we post it in the forum, this is public, so every student can see this and learn from the discussion that we have. So if you want to post a question or a comment, just click add a new discussion topic. It will show up here and everybody will have access to that so we can learn together. Mike and Jeff, some of the articles that I've written in the past had two fictitious technicians, Mike and Jeff, Mike being the new guy, Jeff being the super tech, and some of the conversations and things they learned together on some fictitious service calls. Webinars. I used to host quite a few. as the student population has grown and we've spread across the US, we have students as far away as Alaska and in Canada. So when we have an Eastern Daylight Time webinar scheduled, a lot of folks on the East Coast cannot make it in time, and then those, I'm sorry, on the West Coast can't make it in time. Those on the East Coast tend to have families, jobs, and everything else, so it's very difficult for everyone to attend. So what I've decided to do is take our webinar topics and move those into short videos and then plug them in where they belong throughout the course. HVAC simulation, that comes along with your textbook. Your instruction for your first day and how to get started are right here, very clear cut. This is written by the folks who I've partnered with to provide the HVAC simulation. Okay, so here we are for our module 1. Here's our learning objectives right here and reading assignments. I've broken these reading assignments down into 1 hour or less assignments to read, and you'll notice we have the 5th edition and the 7th edition assignments. I have students that are still using the 5th, and you probably are using the 7th now. You'll see that there are 4 reading assignments for each, and number 1 for the 5th edition has a few sections to read, and number 1 for the 7th edition does as well. But the topics and the titles of each topic are a little bit different in the different books, but the reading assignment for the 5th edition number 1 covers the same material as the 7th edition reading assignment, so it just depends on which book that you have. Down here we have video lessons that supplement the reading assignments to help clear up some of the reading that you've done. Now these are keyed to the 5th edition reading assignments, but if you're at 1.1 heat, temperature, and pressure up here on the 7th edition, this is the video that will correspond as you go through. Exams. Alright, so it's been a while since any of you have taken exams, so the time limit for the first 2 exams are 90 minutes with 20 questions. It cuts back to 40 minutes once you hit module 3. That gives you a chance to 2 modules to get used to taking the exams, get the pre-test jitters out of the way, kind of get back into the swing of things. Minimum passing score is 80%. You cannot progress to module 2 unless you complete module 1 exam with an 80% or greater. One thing I want you to know is that these exams have multiple choice, fill in the blank, and short essay questions. Multiple choice are automatically graded. The fill in the blank are automatically graded, but if, for example, you type in Fahrenheit and spell it wrong, it's going to be graded incorrectly. Or if you put Fahrenheit period and it's looking for Fahrenheit without the period, it's going to be graded wrong. So I review every exam that you take. I hand grade the essay questions. Those are not graded by the learning management system, and I review all of the questions that you've missed just to see where you're at and what you're doing. If it's just a common mistake and it's not a key concept that you need to learn, I'm just going to let that go. But if it is something that is very important to know, I'm going to shoot you a message and comment on that question, and that'll show up in your email so you can review that. So I grade all the exams within 24 hours, usually sooner. But if it doesn't happen within 24 hours, shoot me an email. Something may have slipped through the cracks, so I need your help there. All right, the other thing I want you to know is I am a learning resource for you as well. So if you have any issues or questions, or you just can't get it from reading, from the videos, from the supplementary information that you have, and you're just not getting it, please let me know. I will be more than happy to schedule a time to get on the internet, do some screen sharing, and you and I will get together and work through that part that you're having difficulties with, because my main goal is for you to be the best possible trained technician there can be. All right, so thank you so much for signing up. If you need anything, I am here to help.